Hasira yangu ni ya huyu kijana anaitwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Analeta mchanganyiko. Nataka lero ni lero.
What if I told you that behind the powerful political name Odinga was a family with stories of love, sacrifice, tragedy, illness, unusual names, and moments that many Kenyans never knew about? Most people knew him as Baba. They knew the politician, the opposition leader. They knew the man who spent decades fighting for political change in Kenya. But today, forget the rallies, forget the elections, forget the politics. Because this is the story of Raila Odinga, the husband, the father, and the family man. And some of the most fascinating stories are hidden inside the names and lives of his 4 children, Fidel, Rosemary, Raila Jr., and Winnie. Let's start with the firstborn. When Raila and Ida had their first child in 1973, they gave him a name that immediately revealed something about his father's worldview. They called him Fidel Castro Odinga. Yes, Fidel Castro. Raila had great admiration for the Cuban revolutionary leader, and that admiration found its way directly into the name of his firstborn son. But Fidel's life would eventually become one of the most painful chapters in the Odinga family story. Fidel was known as a private person who largely stayed away from the political spotlight, even though he was born in one of Kenya's most famous political families. Then in January 2015, tragedy struck. Fidel died suddenly at the age of 41. His death shocked the country and devastated his family. And perhaps one of the most important things to remember is this: behind the political dynasty was a father who had just lost his son. The tragedy will remain one of the defining moments of the Odinga's private life. Then came child number 2. Why was he called Rosemary? She was born in 1977 and her name was Rosemary, and the story behind that name is actually beautiful. According to accounts from Ida Odinga, the name Rosemary was created by combining the names of 2 important women in the family, Rose from Ida's family and Mary from Raila's mother. Rose plus Mary, Rosemary. So behind a name that sounds ordinary was actually a tribute to 2 grandmothers. But Rosemary's own life would later take a dramatic turn. She became an entrepreneur and was also interested in politics. Then she faced a devastating health battle. A brain tumor and aneurysm affected her eyesight and she temporarily lost her vision. Imagine that. A woman from one of Kenya's most famous families suddenly struggling with something that could completely change her life forever. She sought treatment in India and eventually regained her sight. Today, she is also associated with entrepreneurship and agriculture, including snail farming. Her story is therefore not simply about being Raila Odinga's daughter. It's a story of surviving adversity. Child number 3 came and he was named Raila Jr. For many Kenyans, the name seems obvious. Raila's son was named Raila Jr., but the family story is more complicated than simply saying he was named after his father. Raila Jr. has largely pursued his own interests outside the center of electoral politics. He has been involved in business and other ventures while maintaining a much lower political profile than his father. And that is something interesting about the Odinga family. Not every member of a famous political family necessarily wants to become a politician. Sometimes the greatest pressure comes from simply carrying the surname. Imagine growing up knowing that your father is Raila Odinga. Imagine walking into a room and people already have expectations about you before you even introduce yourself. That is a different kind of inheritance, not money, not property, but a name. Then comes child number 4, and she was a daughter. And then came this is the youngest son, Winnie Odinga. Her name was one of the most fascinating stories in the entire family. Winnie's name was inspired by Winnie Mandela. Ida Odinga was in labor around the time Nelson Mandela was released from prison in 1990. When Mandela walked out of prison, holding hands with his wife Winnie Mandela, the moment made a powerful impression on Ida. She decided that if her child was a girl, she would call her Winnie. And she was. Winnie Odinga was born in 1990. So think about that for a moment. The youngest child in the Odinga family received a name inspired by one of the most famous women associated with the anti-apartheid struggle in South Africa. And Winnie would later enter public life herself, continuing the family's connection to politics and public affairs. But then there is another story many people forget. If you want to understand the Odinga family, you cannot talk about Raila without talking about Ida. Because during some of the darkest years of Raila's political life, Ida was not simply standing beside her husband, she was holding the family together. After Raila was detained during the Moi era, Ida had raised their children while her husband was imprisoned. She even pursued legal action demanding that her detained husband be produced alive. That was the glamorous side of politics. There was no presidential motorcades, no huge rallies, no television interviews celebrating victory. There was simply a wife, children, a family trying to survive one of the most difficult periods of their lives. And this is one reason the story of Ida and Raila is bigger than politics. Their relationship began in the early 1970s and they remained together for decades through political persecution, imprisonment, public pressure, triumphs, and disappointments. The family behind the political name, and perhaps that's the real secret of the family, not some hidden scandal, not some conspiracy. It's that behind the name that millions of Kenyans associated with politics was an ordinary family experiencing extraordinary difficult things. A father losing a son, a daughter fighting to regain her eyesight, children growing up under the weight of a famous surname, a mother holding the family together during years of political persecution, and children whose names themselves carry stories of revolution, family heritage, and African liberation. Raila Odinga died in 2025, but his family story did not end with his political career. It continues through Ida, through Rosemary, through Raila Jr., through Winnie, and through the memories of Fidel. And perhaps the most interesting section is not what did he leave behind. The bigger question is what will his family do with the legacy he left behind? Because political power can disappear, titles can disappear, elections can be forgotten, but a family story can survive for generations. So I now want to hear from you. Which of these Raila Odinga family stories surprised you the most? Fidel's, Rosemary's, Winnie's, or Ida's sacrifice during Raila's detention? Tell me in the comments. And if you want the next part of Odinga family story, subscribe because there are still fascinating chapter of his family's history that most Kenyans rarely hear about.